That was awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Anika, Nilles, thank you for coming out here today to
you.
Drumeo. It's about time. I know we've been talking for almost a year about doing something like this, and thanks to the good guy, Chris Brewer, back there from Lionel Cymbals, and thanks for you for making the trip out. I know it was like touch and go.
It was a hell of a trip in the end.
There was we had to push the lesson time back and everything because of weather, but I'm glad we made it happen. So thank you.
Yeah.
That was a song called Wild Boy off of your EP called Alter Ego.
Yeah, right.
So if you guys haven't heard of Anika, you gotta check her out on YouTube. It's youtube.com/NEKmusic, or you can search for her on Facebook. Instagram.com/Anika Nilles, Nilles with 2 L's.
Yeah,
I know some people get that wrong. And at Anika Nilles on Twitter. Now, if you want to get any of these songs, I actually just bought the EP today. I've been watching the videos on YouTube. But what I realized is after I download them, is you get the playthroughs.
Yeah.
Along with the EP, right?
Right. Yes, I release everything. I released all my songs also as a playthrough version.
Yeah, and it has a metronome. So if you guys girls want to play any of the tracks that she's playing today, you just go and grab that from iTunes or Amazon.
Right.
Cool. And like I said, big thanks to Meinl for making this happen. They kind of orchestrated this and helped us to bring Anika in. We've gotten so many requests to have you here. And so we're very, very excited. It's going to be a great lesson. And so if you guys want to find out more about Meinl, their cymbals are listed for sale on mycymbal.com, musiciansfriend.com, or you could learn more about the different models and stuff just by going to their website, meinlcymbals.com. I also want to say thank you to the good folks at Evans Drumheads, who we work closely with, Vic Firth and Mapex Drums for sending out this gorgeous drum set as well.
Big thanks to you guys.
For those of you who want to find out more about Drumeo, we do a live lesson every day. So we do a live lesson similar to this, and then it gets archived into our system for life. And so we've done around 1,100 or 1,200 of them now. And if you'd like to try it out and see what's going on inside of the members area, you can go to drumeo.com/trial and just check it out. Try it free for 30 days. If you like it, stick around. If not, you don't have to stay. One more thing before we get into the lesson, which is awesome, is that 10-inch splash right there. Do you mind just hitting it a little bit for?
Sure.
So that is I believe it's a 10-inch extra dry. Is it
Byzance extra dry.
Byzance extra dry. So we're actually going to be giving away this splash, and if you don't mind, if you could sign it after the lesson,
sure,
that would be great. Awesome. And so after this video goes up onto YouTube, you might be watching this on YouTube now. If you are, just leave a comment right below the video telling us what your favorite part of the lesson was. Leave a comment telling us your favorite part. After 30 days of the lesson being up, we'll choose one lucky commenter, and we're going to mail you this splash cymbal, courtesy of Meinl Cymbals. So cool. Okay. Well, let's get into one more song.
All right.
Called Cherry Life.
Cherry Life. Yeah.
And this is a single, right? So if they're interested in getting this, you can get it on iTunes or Amazon, just as a single download.
Yeah. This is a single available on iTunes and Amazon. Right.
And you wrote all these songs yourself.
Yeah. I wrote the songs, but it means also that I'm working with musicians.
Right, yeah.
For that songs.
Cool.
So, but, yeah.
All right, well, we're going to play this song, and then we'll get right into the lesson.
All right.
So, you ready to teach now? Are you winded?
Yeah, take a sip and then...
Yeah, for those that haven't been to a drumming lesson before, the resources are right below the video player, so you can just go ahead and click and you can download the sheet music, or you can just kind of look at the sheet music right below the video. We're also going to be putting it on screen. If you do have a question about anything related to the lesson or just anything for Anika in general, you can just click the submit a question box right below, enter the question, and then hit submit. It won't reload the video or anything like that, and we'll get to as many as we can at the end.
Right.
So exploring quintuplets. It's not a topic that a lot of drummers study, but it seems like you've kind of you found a way to make it sound really, really good and really, really accessible. It's a way that a lot of drummers haven't necessarily thought of before. And so I think it's a really interesting topic. And so let's just get into it. Like, as far as for the students who don't know, like, what is a quintuplet?
Yeah. So when I talk about quintuplets, then I always mean 60-note quintuplets.
Okay.
So, which means 5 60 notes to 1 quarter note.
Okay.
And that's in a 4/4. It's 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. So you have 20 60 notes in one bar.
Right.
So and yeah, I've started playing or started to figure out what I can do with it a few years ago, and there were nothing where I can have a look at that time, which is written down, or a drummer at YouTube who played about already with quintuplets. And so I've started to figure out by myself what I can do with it. And my biggest goal was to bring it to the kid, because I already did some exercises on the pad and stuff like that, just rudimental stuff. And I wanted to bring it to the kid, not just like to have it on as an exercise or something. So and so I started to figure out how to play grooves with it. And that is what I mainly want to talk about today.
Yeah,
so.
I think that's great, because it sounds really cool and musical when you play it. When I haven't studied the quintuplets a lot, but when I play them, it does sound like I'm playing an exercise. Right? So, yeah. Yeah, so
the first thing I've tried to create was to play a backbeat, like a normal backbeat groove like that. Like 1 2 3 4, kick, snare, kick, snare. I wanted to have that into the groove. So, and the easiest way to play a quintuplet groove for me was to keep the 5 60 notes, like you do it on the pad, like 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5, just on the hi-hat.
Yeah.
For example, it's
okay.
So, and to build a groove on it, it's totally easy, because you just have to put your left hand for the 2 and the 4 on the snare, and the kick on 1 and 3.
Okay.
Yeah, it's already here. It's
And do you count them? Like, I know with 16th notes you count 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4 E. Do you count the quintuplets at all?
I started to count with taka-dimidi.
Okay.
It's like taka-dimidi, 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 taka-dimidi. You also can use university, for which you maybe know of, which often be used on a group of 5.
Yeah.
So you can also say university, 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 university. But for me, it was more comfortable to count with taka-dimidi.
Okay, cool. And so once they get that, like, what is the next step then as far as taking it to the next level?
The next step, if you have this thing going on, is to create different kicks underneath. Yeah. I see that as a kind of ostinato, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I've tried to play the kicks in different versions, in different 16 notes. I give you an example of that. It's like,
So if you play that with a band, that sort of thing, would it mess up the bass player and guitar player?
Yeah, the thing is, if you play the groove like that, then everything should be based on quintuplets.
Right.
The full song, or the part of the song should be based on that. But you can play different hi-hat patterns, which you can also use in a 6/8. A groove, for example, or if a song is played in triplets.
Yeah.
So you can include that easily.
Yeah, cool. Number 2 here, you have kind of a broken up quintuplet pattern.
This is
that one?
The next step. So if you feel comfortable with playing all the 5 16 notes, so the next step is to put down your left hand to the snare and just play the right hand and repeat that 5 16 notes with the right hand. And this would be one, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. Okay. You have the 1, 3, and 5 here.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. So, and to get the space between, you can fill it with the ghost notes on the snare.
I've always done the pattern like right, left, right, left.
Right,
left, right, left, left. But I guess that wouldn't make as much sense with actually adding in the backbeat.
So to add the backbeat, I left 1 out in the end. Yeah. It's like... So this is also a real nice groove, which is not that stressed with all the 5 16 notes. You know, it's more space between.
Yeah, it seems more it'll be more applicable rather than just doing the constant. Notes like that. That's cool. So when you had the idea to do this, were you inspired by listening to anything or taking a lesson with any drummer? Where did it come from?
It actually came from a jam with a bass player, with Frank It actually, and he asked me to play a few bars of a quintuplet groove. He did that once with another drummer, and we've tried that together, and it didn't work out that well. And so I started to think about, okay, maybe I can play my final exam with stuff like that. And so it took me a year to get into the groove stuff a little bit. I mean, I'm still working on it. The problem actually was that I couldn't listen to music which is played in 5 that time and now also. You can't hear it that much. It's popping up everywhere a little bit. I can listen to a few guys who already play that too, but
Do you mind naming some of them? So if anyone else is interested.
yeah, there's a band called Nilles.
Okay.
They have a song. I forgot the name of the song, but this song is completely played in quintuplets.
Yeah.
So you can get a feel of that groove if you listen to that song, but it's really fast. If you start with the stuff like that and want to play with that, it's way too fast to have to slow it down. And yeah, the problem was to get the feel of it because you can't listen to it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, we're so used to hearing 16th notes and 8th notes, and like, and then playing something like this just feels so much more awkward.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to learn a Latin groove, you put some Latin songs together and listen it in a playlist or something, but you can't do it with that stuff at the moment.
Right. Until now.
Until now.
Okay, number 3. You have a different variation here of a hi-hat pattern.
Right. This is a pattern which I often use, or often is a different word, which I like to include in a triplet feel.
Okay.
So you have this hi-hat, it's like... Sounds totally different and weird a little bit. I play it into a groove, it's like... It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's always on the 1, 3, and 4.
Perfect. Cool. Nice. And so do you just play like within all those different subdivisions? You just challenge yourself to like, I'm going to always hit it on the 1, but I'm sometimes going to hit it on the 1, the 2, and the 5, or the 1, the 2, and the 4. Do you just like learn all the different broken patterns?
Yeah, it's like you play. It's like you play 4 16 notes. You have all these different hi-hats.
Yeah.
You know, like. You have different stickings for the hi-hat, and also it's the same on the quintuplet stuff.
Yeah.
But it's all everything feels different. You know, every hi-hat pattern feels totally different and new. Yeah. So I started to figure out all of them separately.
Yeah. So. But it's nice if the constant is at least you're hitting it on the 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? Yeah. As you're kind of the anchor. Otherwise, I would just get so lost.
Otherwise it's totally weird. And also it's the backbeat is the heart, is the pulse of a groove. I want to have that steady in it. So
cool. Okay, the 4th one, you have a fill written here.
Yeah, right. I wrote it down with a triplet feel because I think the quintuplets fits really good together to triplets. Yeah. Especially if you play it a little bit faster, you can include that really, really nice as a fill. Yeah. So I played a fill first. It's basically that you have the kick on the first 16 note and the rest is filled up with your hands, like. So it sounds totally naturally,
Yeah.
and it's rolling and moving, you know, like...
Yeah, it sounds great. Do you mind playing it like a little bit slower?
Sure.
So we can just better hear the differences between the triplets and the quintuplets?
Yeah, so the triplet is...
Yeah, I find that's the hardest part for me is that transition going from whatever note value to the quintuplet. So
Yeah, that's something you can practice on the pad before. Just go through all the subdivisions and switch, for example, from triplets to quintuplets, switch from sextuplets to quintuplets, just on the pad and stuff like that.
Yeah, great. That's I don't think we've ever discussed quintuplets, or at least very, very little bit on Drumeo. So it's cool to have have that. we do a lot of lessons on Drumeo, right? So awesome. So if anyone has any questions, we'll get to those at the end. Right now, we're going to go into a little. Do you have a little solo, or can you do something?
I improvise a little bit to. I have a metronome with me, which is giving you all the 5/60 notes with an accent on the one. So, and I'll try to improvise with it and do a few fills and mix up these grooves we've talked about now. And yeah, we'll see what happens. I just improvise now a little bit.
going to do another. That was great, by the way. We're going to do another song, but can I ask you one question for my own advice? When you go to do the fills and you double the note value, I guess you always be doing 32nd note quintuplets then, right?
It's different. No, I switched to septuplets.
Yeah.
And also to the 32nd notes.
Yeah.
And sometimes there are 9, or if the tempo is okay, then I can double the quintuplets. But it's really fast to double. If you play like this tempo.
Yeah. So for your next lesson, we'll do exploring septuplets.
Yeah, right.
You have to come back. Okay, we're going to play another song called Queens.
Right.
From the EP Alter Ego. And like I said earlier on the lesson, if you are here and you are watching live, which there are lots of people, if you want to submit a question, just go ahead and do that in the box below, and we'll get to as many as possible after that.
Right. So I'll add something. The song Queens is based on quintuplets. So the full song, all musicians are playing quintuplets. Mm-hmm. There's just 2 bridge parts, which are in straight 60 notes. All the other stuff is played in quintuplets.
Cool. So if you want to practice your quintuplets,
buy this song,
and
practice with it.
Sounds like you know your quintuplets.
Try to.
All right, you ready to get to some questions?
Yep,
Okay.
good.
The first one is from a longtime Drumeo student named Ermin Monson. He says, hello, Anika, it's great to have you in Drumeo, but you're still too far for me to come meet you in person. My question is, do you feel that quintuplets should be practiced along with your everyday subdivisions? The reason I ask is that because I was told by a fairly well-known drum instructor that it isn't practical in Western music. So in some sense, this person was saying it was a waste of time. But what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, yeah. It depends how interested you are in the quintuplet stuff. I think if you really want to give them a try and to bring it to a musically context, then it's worth to put it into your daily practice. Sure.
Yeah. I agree. If it inspires you to make music, then definitely.
Yeah.
This one's from Harsh. Is there anything called a swung quintuplet? Because I know what is swing, like, you know, you swing the swing, like the shuffle triplets.
I've never heard about that, but I can, maybe it could be, or you could, yeah, use this as a quintuplet shuffle. It's like the thing I've mentioned with the 1, 3, and 4.
Right.
This is a kind of a shuffle.
Yeah.
Or swing. Yeah.
This is from Kyle Drummer. Hey Anika, great lesson. My question will be about your cymbal setup. What or how were you inspired to set up your cymbals away from you? Was it an accident or were you taught that way? I think it might be comfort. Was just curious. Thanks again.
An accent. Awesome. Yeah, there are mainly 2 reasons why I angle it like that. So I saw it first on Chris Coleman. He does it like that as well. And I'm a big fan of him and wanted to try what the effect is of angling, or when you angle your cymbals like that. So I did it, and one thing which made me always problems with my cymbals, like when I angled it straight, was that I always hit my hands on the head while crash riding a cymbal, because I've set everything really low, and here with the hi-hat I also hit my hands on the tom rim and stuff like that, and this was one thing I've realized, that this doesn't happen anymore. So the cymbals are like this, and I have to hit them from up to down instead of like this, you know. Right. Here you can see I hit the hi-hat if I crash riding a cymbal, which is in this position. Now I hit it from here, and everything is cool. Also in here, I have to play it like that, in this position. And so this is the one thing why I still have it in this position. The other thing is that sometimes when I crash riding a cymbal, maybe you know that, then it's moving like that, you know, and it felt sometimes really different. You have to stop for one hit and have to wait till it's moving straight back again. And this doesn't happen anymore because the cymbal is going just up and down now. Yeah. Cool. So, and that feels really good while playing.
Cool. This one's from Jenna Drummer. She says, hi Anika, before I ask my question, I just wanted to say that you are absolutely an amazing drummer. And as a female drummer myself, you are such a huge inspiration to me. Your work is incredible, and I'm so grateful to have had this opportunity to learn some great things from you.
Thank you.
Here's my question. In your opinion, what is the most important thing that a drummer should practice? It's a hard question.
Keeping the time. I would say keeping the time.
Yeah.
That's the important thing.
Yeah, I agree. This one's from Carmen. She says, Anika, hi, I'm Carmen. I'm super excited you are here at Drumeo. You are one of my favorite drummers, so thank you for being here. So my question is, I'm a beginner. Should I practice quintuplets now, or should I wait till I'm more of an advanced player?
That's a good question. So I teach by myself. I have young students. I teach them the quintuplets in the beginning, like it's a normal thing, and they get it really fast. They get it really fast. They can play already the quintuplet grooves. They can play them as fills, and they use them in a different tempo when they can't play the sextuplets anymore.
Yeah.
So I think if you start from the beginning, it's something natural, which is like regular 60 notes or triplets. I would say you can start with it.
Yeah. Well, it's like
Why not?
if someone doesn't, if a brand new drummer, they don't know any note values, they don't know that quintuplets aren't used as much as 16th notes.
Right.
So for them, it's all the same. It's a new thing, and it's just as hard for them to learn quintuplets as it is to learn 16th
It's the
notes.
same. It's for them. It's the same like learning triplets.
Yeah. This one's from Nathan. Do the kick patterns have to fall on the quintuplets, or do they fall on the regular 16th note grid?
No, they fall also on the quintuplets.
Yeah. This is from Andrew. How did you get that left snare to sound so fat?
I've tuned it really low, like really low.
Yeah.
You can push it down, and the locks are really loose.
So you can hand tighten them.
Yeah. So that's it mainly.
This is from Andres Bezus. Who are some of your musical influences, or influences as drummer?
I think my main influence still is Jeff Porcaro and Toto.
Ah, nice.
This was it for a long time and still is. So I grew up also with the early stuff of Michael Jackson, all that funk stuff, on Off the Wall and Thriller and like that. So then as I grew up with rock music as well, real rock music. I mean, I'm not that old, I'm not that young. So I grew up with Foo Fighters.
Nice.
So this is something which influenced me also. And I have still this rock attitude a little bit in my drumming. So over the last years, I'm influenced also by, I'm not that good in saving names and titles of songs, but Dave Matthews.
Oh, nice.
And that stuff. I listen to Dream Theater, I listen to really different music. And today it's more Snarky Puppy and Tigran Hamazayan. I don't know if you know this guy. You have to check that out. It's really awesome. Anybody is something I really listened to over the last months.
Cool.
Yeah.
This is from Adam White. When writing a song, do you write the drums first, or do you hear a melody and then put drums to it afterwards?
It depends. It's both. Sometimes I start with a groove. When I'm at my rehearsal room, I got ideas, and then I record that and take it home with me and put some chords on it and build a song on my drums. And sometimes I'm more inspired by chords and listen to other music, and then I start with the chords and take it with me to the rehearsal room and check my drums out later.
This is a good one. This is GTE. Hi from Germany, waking up early to see the clinic.
Cool.
How do you approach creating a new fill for your songs? I found it amazing how you can introduce a very complicated pattern and come back to your groove without losing the main song idea.
Yeah, that's something which is based on the idea of playing with groupings, which I always use for my grooves and for my fills, for both. So I always or often have a grouping on the hi-hats going on or on the fills is going on. And my main goal always was to be, or is to be, free while playing a fill. So because that makes it possible to listen to the music and listen what is going on in the music and hit all the, or how can I explain it? It's, yeah, okay. on my music, sometimes the bass player plays a line or the guitar player plays a line, and I pick that lines up and play my fills on top. And the phrasing is mainly the same, like the bass player does or the guitar player does.
The main accents, you try and hit those.
I try to hit those, and that's why it's always in it, you know what I mean? Or what I try to do, that's always in it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, Anika. You definitely have to come back
here
for another lesson anytime. Anytime you're in the Abbotsford, BC area, just going for a stroll. Also, thank you to Mino, Chris, sitting back there. You know, they were in Memphis yesterday, and there was bad weather, and you could have just canceled and not come, and the fact that you still made it a priority, stayed an extra night in a random place, just so you could be here today means a lot to us, seriously. And Chris from Mino, Anika, thank you very much for doing that. Also, thanks to Evans, Vic Firth, and Mapex for supplying some awesome gear. The drums sound great. And if you'd like to check out more of what we do on Drumeo, you can go ahead and get a free 30-day trial. You go to drumeo.com/trial. You just log in. It's totally free for the first 30 days. If you like it, stick around. If not, you can cancel at any time. No worries about that. As far as the contest for the 10-inch extra dry splash cymbal, if you're watching this on YouTube, just make sure you leave a comment below telling us what your favorite part of the lesson is. And we're going to choose someone within 30 days, and we'll send you the free splash cymbal. And you're going to sign it, if that's all right?
Right.
Now, this last song you're going to play for us is called Synergy. And this is also a single that's available on iTunes and Amazon as well.
It's my latest song.
Yeah. And you can, all these videos, if you want to watch the performance versions of her playing them, you can obviously watch them here, but you can also go to her YouTube channel and check them out there. Lots of cool videos there. Make sure you subscribe. We'll link that up on our video, and so people can subscribe.
Yeah.
So.
Right, perfect.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, guys.